Hello, hello, hello. Here we are. Here we are. Good evening. Hey, I got it right this time. I said good. Well, I guess it's good afternoon. Maybe I shouldn't say I got it right, but I got closer, right? Because normally I'm always saying good morning. But I did get closer with saying good evening. Hello, my loves. Hello. How is life this Sunday? Let's see what we have going on. Hi, Lisa. Hello, honey. How are you? All right. I kind of kept my word. Hello, Joanne, Glenda. Come on in here. How are you guys? It's morning for you, I know. Good morning, Lisa. How are you? 3. Yeah, it's you're still early. You're behind me 3. So yep, you're still early. Hello, everyone. I kept my word. Remember, my word was that I was not going to finish this cup. I would wait till today. We would do a part 2. I did go ahead and do the things that I said that I would do, which was to put the final, put epoxy over the glitter, and I sanded down the rough edges so that it would be smooth, because, and you can see it's kind of ashy, I guess, in this area because the glitter, for some reason this pink glitter didn't lay down as smooth as the yellow glitter did, so I didn't really have to sand down here any at all. This is super smooth, but up here I had to sand. And then here is where we are on the cup lid. Didn't touch it at all. Didn't touch it at all. Kept my word. So we're going to work on these, finish these today. Now, in order for us to finish these 2 items, I'm going to bring you out a little bit here. Aren't they cute? The pink and yellow, it's like we're making a lemonade cup. Okay, so in order for us to finish, we're going to go ahead and mix together some epoxy. And I've got a little bit thrown off to the side. Y'all know I use everything. So what I'm using as my little protector here is a top that goes on a silhouette mat. It's got this little sheen on it so nothing will stick to it. So this is going to be my little protector for today. And I've already pre-poured sides A and sides B to make our glitter. Now, what's going to be interesting about this is side B, this is side A, is that one of the viewers on here suggested that we do some, on our cup, we do some sugar around the rim. So we're going to mix together some epoxy to do sugar around the rim, just a little bit. We're going to do a couple mixtures of epoxy here and there. And I want to make sure that I get this even because I don't want it to dry tacky. If you get too much of one side in, if you get too much of A or too much of B, it will dry or it will cure tacky or not at all, right? So you want to make sure that you get an even amount of both A and B. And so check it out on an on a flat surface and fill your cup until that is even. All right, so this is 0.75 mmLs of A, and we're going to do the same thing. Hit the like button. Thank you. Hello, Glenda. How are you? Welcome, welcome. All right, so we got 0.75 of part A, and then we're going to do up to 15 of part B. Okay. Set that out of the way so that I don't spill that. And I know I spilled a little here. Just going to scoop that up. and put that little bit of extra into my cup. Now I don't want to get this stuff all over the place. I got spilling and picking and spilling and picking. Come on, man. Alright. Let me wipe this down. This is why I always keep baby wipes everywhere, because the stuff, when I'm crafting, I'm not the cleanest crafter. I'm not the cleanest crafter, you guys. I am not the cleanest crafter. And I'm not going to pretend to be. So tell me, how was your week? How was your week? Lisa, how did our tree come out? How did our tree turn out? All right, so you guys remember last week when we made this, I put it together. I used UV resin to put it together. But today we're going to finalize it with some of this epoxy. And this is food safe epoxy. This is food safe epoxy. So this will help give us a covering over the UV resin that was not food safe. And it will make me feel a lot better about gifting this cup away. So why am I mixing this so early in the game? I want it to start to cure up and get a little thick so that we can see if we can make some. Hi, Francis. How are you, sweetheart? Good to see you today. Good to see you. So I'm starting this early so we can see if we can make some of the, what was it? What are we making? Y'all help me. We are making some sugar to go around the rim. Sugar to go around the rim. I'm getting my wet wipes here. Keep wet wipes. I want to keep my hands clean and keep my space clean. Don't want this to get all over me. I'm looking at the comments. Okay, you haven't done anything else to it? Cool. Alright, so we don't need a whole lot of any of this, but we want a lot of it. Not a lot, but a lot, right? So I got some extra cups over here to the side. And I'm going to pour a little bit in this cup here and start separating some of this out. I do want it to dry or start hardening up. This will make it harden up a little bit more. Here's what I was thinking, you guys. On this cup right here, I was thinking about adding some pink lemonade syrup or drizzle. What do you think about that? If we create a pink drizzle, you know, to make it look like a syrup. So when you make lemonade, sometimes when you go to those places and they make them for you, you have to mix the lemonade-ish stuff together. So I was thinking about doing that. So I have some shell pink alcohol ink, and this color is raspberry. And I'm mixing these two together to see if we can make a drizzle of syrup to go over some of our ice. What do you think about that? Yeah, that's going to be pretty. And we don't need a whole lot of it, so that's why I just separated a little bit. What we do need to do, though, is we need to watch to make sure this doesn't harden too fast on us, because if it does, we won't be able to use it. But right now, it's too liquefied. Too liquefied. All right. My brain is working today. It's not. Yes, we're getting it. We're coming around. That's going to be cute. Okay, so we're going to drizzle some of that over our cup. So let's set that aside so that that can start to harden up. And here is our other piece, our other. Now we're going to pour a little bit into this cup. This is one of my good measuring cups. I thought I had another bad measuring cup. But we're going to pour a little bit into this cup because this is what we're going to use to make our sugar for the rim. And for the sugar, I'm going to use two things. I'm going to use some of this crushed crystal. This was sent to us. It's Unicorn Art Magical Mica Powder Enhancer. This was sent to us by Lisa. Gifted this to me in one of the bundles that she has sent me. So we're going to use some of this inside of there. It's beautiful. Look at how that looks on that fork. Can you guys see that? It is so pretty. The sparkle in it is amazing. So I'm going to put that aside. Mica powders, they are very light and fluffy, so they get iridescent in the air. They fly everywhere, so you want to be careful when you use mica powders because the dust will take them away. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Alright, that is so pretty, Lisa. Can you guys see that? Let's see if I bring it in. This would be gorgeous in a cup in and of itself, but we just put that on a cup by itself. That would be gorgeous. But we want it to look like sugar. So I'm going to use some of this thicker. This is called Heidi Swapp's Marquee Love. It's glitter. And it is not chunky. It's like a medium or it's a medium. It's not a fine. It's a medium. But if you look at it, it looks like it could be snow or, in this case, sugar, salt, to go around the rim. So we're going to add a little bit of that, maybe a little bit more, to this. Now I've got my room fairly warm, you guys, so I'm expecting this to set up fairly quickly. So we're not going to want to play around. We're going to want to get this, oh yeah, look at that. That thickened that up right away. That thickened that up good. And let's see if we draw in, if you guys can see that this looks like chunky salt, chunky sugar. That's going to be great. I might even make it a little more chunky. Once I get it onto the cup, I might sprinkle a little more on with my hand so that it won't be settled into the epoxy. Okay. Let's let the fun begin. What I want to do now is I'm going to take some of this epoxy and I'm just going to drizzle it onto the ice that we worked on with last week. Just trying to make sure that every piece of this ice gets some of this food safe epoxy on it. I wanted to, one, get a real good adhesion to the interior of the cup. And two, I want to make sure that it is covering and connecting so that it doesn't fall off. So you may say, well, Sharon, why drizzle it on there? Why not just pour it on there? Because I don't want it to make it look like everything's clumped together. I still want to have the dimension that we have on our cup. But I want it to, I want to make sure we get this good and secure to this cup because I don't want it to come off. And you also don't want water to get down in between there, right? You don't want water. Let's get that off of there. I don't want water to get stuck down in between here because that could cause mold. So that's another reason that I'm trying to make sure we secure this good. I literally have been thinking about this since we were working on this last week. Like, what can I do to make sure that this is safe for someone if we decide to give it away? It's funny because when I went back and read the comments that people were leaving on the video and the replay, everyone was like, we all know to use a straw. We'll use a straw. Give it away. Give it away. People were saying, let us have it. We know to use a straw. So I do want to gift this away. I just don't want it to be a safety hazard. So I am going to wipe that off around the lip because it's coming out just a little bit, that part. I'll be sure to keep watching that. Let's take my hand and wash off the excess. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing. I'm sorry about that. What I'm doing right now is trying to make sure that I don't get epoxy in places that I don't want it. because it's on my gloves and on my hand. And so that's what I'm trying to make sure I do right now. Get my hands cleaned up so that I don't get epoxy in places that I don't want it. And that we seal everything. This is why I wanted it to be a little stiffer so that it wouldn't run so much. But this becomes very important to me in that I don't want this cup to create a problem for anybody. I'm also going to, you guys, I wasn't sure if I wanted to leave this lid in or not. I'm going to just seal it open so that water can't get underneath there and cause a problem. So I'm going to put some epoxy down in there as well. And that will prevent water from being able to get down inside of there. Now I'm feeling better about this cup. Okay? Y'all good? Y'all good with me so far? And wipe off my edges. We're going to leave that there. I know that's going to drip a little bit, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it dripping so much as I am worried about it being safe. Now, make sure I'm checking my stuff over here so we don't let this dry up on us. Checking my, oh, that's got a long way to go to get stiff, so we can keep waiting on that one. My one with the glitter and the mica, though, because when you add the glitter and mica powder to the epoxy, it changes the consistency of the epoxy, so it doesn't take that much longer to get to harden up. Let's see. Lisa said, check your color. Oh, yes. Thank you. You owe me, girl. I love it. Stick with me. Stick with me. I'm going to add a little bit more ice to the chunks here. A little more ice chunks. That one went in the hole. I don't want that to go there. There we go. All right. I think the ice chunks make it look so cute. So I really want it to be icy. A lot of ice chunks on it. And just put the epoxy on that so that it holds as well. Okay. Now we're going to put that aside. And I only have a little bit of epoxy left, so that's cool. We'll let that harden up. Wipe my hands off, wipe my gloves off, check on y'all, see how you doing. It's looking great. Good. Okay. We've got our ice in. I'm going to bring you guys in closer because now what I want you to see is we're getting ready to add our glitter or our sugar rim. So I'm just going to take my time because you guys know that is not my norm. And I'm going to run this along the edge. And once I run it along the edge, I'm not going to be able to pick it up anymore because it will move. And I don't want it to be too thick. We're going to drop a little bit of glitter. You see that sugar coming along? Y'all see that sugar edge? Sugar rim coming along? And drop a little. Spin it a little. Drop some down in here. And this is also going to secure water from getting down inside of this edges, right? That's my hope. That is my hope, that this will secure water from getting down inside of there. I am making a big deal about wanting to make sure that it's sealed. Why? Because you do not want to, oh, I'm getting it on the ice. I don't want it on the ice. Be careful there. I don't want it on the ice. I do not want anybody to get sick. I don't want, if I were doing this for a gift or a customer or whatever, you don't want people to get sick from having you know, that mold, water get down in there and they don't dry it properly, and then it leads to mold, and mold spores can make even the smallest child sick. So I don't want anybody to get sick and say that it was me. I don't want you to get sick, period, but I sure don't want you to get sick and say it was me. So this one will require a straw. You can't put your lips on this one. You got to have a straw. That was funny too, because in the comment sections of the video, people were saying, we'll get a straw, we'll use a straw. Yep, this one's going to require a straw. Am I in shot? There we go. We need a little bit more back here, don't we? I'm not going to do this so much, the little handle to pick it up or to take it off of the cup. I want that to still be able to be handled without messing it up, so I won't put so much back there. Okay, and that's starting to run and drain. It's starting to run like sugar would. Okay, that's cool. Let me take off my glove here, set this glove aside. What are we saying? By the cherry too. Oh, you want me to put some by the cherry too? Okay, I will. Let me put my glove back on. I'll put some sugar by the cherry on top or on the side of it. We just got a little bit. Should I drizzle it? It's not drizzling well because it's... We're going to put the, you know what? I'll wait on this one because we're going to put the syrup on here. And so I can sprinkle a little bit of the sugar on the syrup on there. So, okay. Alright, so let's see. Let's, let me check on, that's empty now, so that doesn't want to hold up, right? Let's check on our, how are we doing here? It's still real runny. Not ready yet. That's okay, because now we want to add some of this glitter by hand. So I am going to take... Oh, I got some little spoons that Lisa gave me, some little spoons. I put them away and I forgot to get one out. But let's take this. Let me get a piece of paper. Well, that's fine. I'll do it this way. And let's just drip some of that over. We're going to put a lot of that on top of there to make it look like salt. Almost looks like snow, doesn't it? It's going to help stiffen that up as well. We'll shake off the excess once we allow that part to dry. Any excess that didn't stick to the epoxy will definitely shake off. So it looks like a lot right now. It is, but we're going to shake the excess off. It almost looks like snow being dropped on there. Spin, spin. Yeah, see, my little ice wasn't quite done. Okay. I want you back on there. Go back on there. I want you back on there. You just look so cute there. All right, that's looking cool. Let me clean this up a little bit, and let me turn the heat off because I'm about to die. It's hot, and that's rare if I say I'm hot because I'm always cold, y'all. I'm always cold. By the cherry 2 on the rim. Okay. Did I get it, Lisa? Did I get what you were talking about? Let's move that. Shake that off. Did I get what you were talking about, my love? This is why I keep wet wipes, you guys. I keep wet wipes around. I never, ever not have wet wipes. I think wet wipes are dangerous for babies' bottoms too now. I'm not sure if I had a little baby that I would want to use wet wipes, especially on a girl. Because, why do I say that? Because I look at how these wet wipes they clean up epoxy. I look at how they remove paint. I look at all the stuff that they do, like they break down epoxy. And I'm like, what is in a wet wipe that is that strong that you are using it to clean and do all these things with it? And then we put it on our baby's bottoms. And I'm not speaking against anybody's product, anything that they sell, but it does make me question, like, what's in a wet wipe that it's that strong. Recommended for many crafting. Lots of crafters use wet wipes all the time. But it's concerning to me. It became concerning to me when I was thinking about it and how often we use wet wipes to do everything. And then we wipe babies' bottoms with them too. I don't know. It's concerning to me. Not saying that you shouldn't use wet wipes. Don't send me letters. Don't sue me. I'm just saying it's concerning to me. All that we use with wet wipes in crafting, and then we put these on the bottoms of our little ones. I think I might need this to be a little bit darker. What do you guys think? Let's see. Yeah. Can you see that? You can barely see that drip on there. And when that drops down inside of the cup, oh, it does look like lemonade, though, when it dropped down inside of there. Can you guys see that? See how it dropped in there? It does look a little lemonade-y. I might put a few more squirts in it to make it a little darker. What's your feelings about the wet wipes? What do you guys think? Am I way off? Ah, that's funny, Lisa. How can you tell you heard that paper shaking? I'll make this a little darker, okay, you guys? Just a little darker. Yeah, I don't know. My jury is out on wet wipes now. And you know, with as much as ovarian stuff that people have going around in the world, I don't know. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but it is concerning for me. Especially since I'm a whole crafter and I understand the value and the reason we use wet wipes to clean up everything. This is still a little more liquidy than I would like it to be, but we're going to move forward because we need to get going on the next part. And we just want to drizzle. We don't want to run it hard. Just want to drizzle. It's not really going to show up on the cherry, but I'm going to put some on the cherry so that it will drizzle off of the cherry. And we definitely don't want to forget your back. Don't forget your butts. Back of your cup. So the load of epoxy that we're putting on here, as it settles into the bottom, it should close any gaps that we have on this cup. I'm going to leave that alone. Let that stay just like that. What do you guys think? We have tons of epoxy on this cup. On this lid, rather. Tons and tons of epoxy. Okay. I think if we are done, with this lid. But guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a wet wipe and I'm going to wipe around the edge to get any epoxy off of the edge. Oh, you can't see that. Probably should go out some. I'm wiping around the edge to get any epoxy. I'll pick that up in a minute. That I may have gotten on here while touching it, and lifting it, and moving it, of which I had said once we put the stuff on here we shouldn't move it, and I did anyway. And clean it around the base here with a wet wipe, because wet wipe is the best thing to clean up epoxy with. Cleaning the base off of it as well. And I'm going to set this down, and I'm not going to touch it again until it's dry. Alright. My ice almost looks like pink ice. That's great because it'll have lemonade inside of it. Lemonade. Lemonade, baby. Okay, so I'm going to now move this out of the way onto a level surface so that it can dry level. And I still have all of that to deal with. And I'll let that dry for about 4 to 5 hours until it's complete. Now let's mess with the cup. Y'all ready? We are done with, well, I gotta clean this epoxy up. So when I have extra epoxy, you guys, I keep coasters around, or and I just fill this with epoxy until it's full with all my leftover epoxy that I have. And I'm not trying to make it perfect. I'm just filling it up with leftover epoxy so that my stuff doesn't go to waste. Even this little bit of pink, I could throw it out, but this coaster already has pink in it. So why not just use it to give it some pink dimension throughout the coaster. And the same with the leftover clear that we have. Let's just go ahead and dip it in here. And before you know it, this coaster will be full and it'll be ready to gift away. It's almost ready. By the time I do this final epoxy coating on this tumbler itself, then this should be done. Make it all last. Make it all last. Clean off the edge. Clean off the edge. I'm moving it around so that the color will spread. Now, I'm not going to use my torch to pop any bubbles that's inside of it. I'm going to use some alcohol, and that'll help it spread and pop any bubbles as well. I don't want to use the torch because it's just a little bit of epoxy and I don't want to ruin my mold. Sometimes if the flame of a torch gets on there too much, you can absolutely ruin your mold, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to, I just use some alcohol, which will also pop the bubbles. Let's put this back over here on a flat level surface so it too can dry. And wipe my water up. Okay, so here's the cup. I move my wet wipes. I'll take one more wet wipe and clean my hands and everything so that I don't have epoxy residue on my arms, on my hands, everywhere. Wipe my arms down, you guys. Always be careful when you're using epoxy. You don't want to have a reaction. When I first started working with this epoxy, I did start, like, my arms would get a rash right along here. And along here, my eyes would swell up. And it hasn't happened in a while, or it hasn't happened at all in a long time. And actually, I had to pull back on working on epoxy, with epoxy, because I was having an allergic reaction to it. But lately, since I've gone back to working with it a little bit more frequently, I haven't had any problems. Okay. So what are we doing? How are we doing? Those wipes are very strong. I didn't use them on my babies. I think because they have alcohol in them. I didn't want the alcohol on my baby's bottom or face. Yeah, wipes can be very strong. Very strong. So I don't know. I mean, I don't want to discourage anybody from using them. I just know it, since I've been crafting and thinking about how we use wipes, it's made me think about them differently. So now let me clean this off because I wiped that off with a wipe and I feel fuzz on it. I'm spraying the alcohol on it as well and just wiping that down. I felt fuzz on that from my towel, from the baby wipe, I think. Yeah. Don't want to feel fuzz, you guys. You don't want to feel, what am I feeling? I'm feeling, I am feeling fibers. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling fibers. I don't want to feel fibers because I don't want to ruin my epoxy. Okay, so now I'm going to look at this and I'm going to see where the ugly spot is to me. And it looks like this spot right here is probably the ugliest in my opinion. Or maybe this one. They didn't blend in quite well. So I'm going to take our logo that I made off the line. And we're going to cover this spot up with our little lemonade logo. And we're going to put this right in the center. I'm going to press down in the middle first, then I'll do the side, press it out, and then I'll do the edge, press it out, and it didn't lay down flat, and I hate that. Let me get this off of here first, and then we'll lay it back down. I try to contour these. I can never get this contour to work. It just does not my friend. It doesn't want to work with me, even when I try to contour it. So let's lift this up again. Yeah, that's laying down horrible. You guys see that? That's bad. That's not straight at all. Or that's got too many puckers. You don't want to have those puckers in it because that means that the epoxy will go underneath it and lift your vinyl label up. And you also don't want that, right? So we're going to smooth it out here. Let's go this side. Smooth it out from across the bottom. It's got air in it under there. Isn't it funny how when you start, like I haven't done a cup in so long, and now I'm going, okay, yeah, this is why I never liked this part. Yeah, this is why I never liked this part. Smooth that out. Across the top, you guys. You may not have this problem with yours, but I want it to be, I don't want it to be all jacked up, I guess. I'm going to take it off again. If it's got to have a bend in it, I'd rather have it have a bend in at the bottom instead of at the top. So let's get the top on. Let's make that smooth. If it's got to have a, oh, that's way too low. If it's got to have a bad spot, I'd rather the bad spot be at the bottom than at the top. I can't even see. And yes, I have a cup holder, and no, I'm not using it. And yep, that could make life a lot easier. But then, why would I make life easier? Haven't you been here before? Everything I do is complicated. Like, welcome to the channel. Everything I do is complicated. Don't do that. It's the way this cup is made because of the curve in it in the middle. And I try to contour it and it just wouldn't contour good for me. I don't like that. I don't like that. Yes, I'm whining. You guys are about to see me give up on this label in a minute here. Let me think about this again. I don't want it to, it's not laying flat because of this curve. If I go up, I guess I could go up. It's higher than I want it to be, but I guess I could go up. I'm not looking at the comments, so if you guys are yelling at me, I'm sorry for right now. I'll go back and look at them in a minute, and you can truly yell at me all you want. Lisa's probably having a cow right now going, Sharon, don't do it like that. What is Lisa saying? Where are your gloves? I told you, Lisa, don't yell at me. My gloves are, this epoxy is pretty dry for the most part, so I'm not really needing the gloves right now, but I can't get this logo to lay in here. I'm going to snip this for a minute. Let's snip it. Let's snip it where we're having issues at, right there. Let's snip it there and lay it down. Let's snip it right here. Lay it down. Now let's lay it down. Let's see what we get now. That's much better. And then I'm going to snip it right here. And cut that out. Cut that out. Because those, that's not laying down better. Ugh, stop it. I didn't think the label would be the one that would make me go, what the hell? But this label is being the one that's making me go, what the hell? It's not perfect, but it's on there. What the hell? You guys can't see any of those. Let me show you. Let me see. Right there is a crease. I can see that crease right there. I don't know why my contour didn't work. Whatever. We're moving on. We're going to cover it up with cherries or something. That's what I'll do. I'll take this cherry off and move it over and cover it up. We're moving onward. How much time do we have? Oh yeah, we got 15 minutes. We got to move on. We don't have time to fight with vinyl. As I sit here and remove the cherries to fight with the vinyl. It's crazy, y'all. It's funny. Look at how I can contradict myself because I'm like now stuck on this cherry being in the right spot. And I say, oh, we don't have time to fight with the vinyl. And then I'm busy moving the cherry so we can fight with the vinyl. Don't do that. Come off. Come off, little cherry. Come off. Okay. Let's move him over. Let's take another cherry and let's place a different cherry on here to cover up some of that. There's more than one way. Always, always. There, that covers that up. There's always more than one way. And I'll put a little heat on this when we go off screen and shrink that down some. That'll help cover it up as well. And in fact, I will cut the cherry top off of this one. We'll just make this cherry cover this one up over here. We make it our own. We're making it our own. There we go. How does that look? Yep, whatever. There's more than corn in Indiana. All right, let's put our orange slices all over this puppy. We're just gonna put our orange slices on here, and when we finish our lid, we'll have the cutest little cup, I hope. Y'all know if I don't like this when we go offline, I'll definitely recut and reprint that. But you'll at least get the idea of what we're working on for our lemonade cherry cup. It says, when life gives you lemons, make cherry lemonade. And that's what we're doing with even designing this cup, making some cherry lemonade. I don't know. Should we put those on there? What do you guys think? Should we put those on there or leave them off? Maybe they're not adding anything to it. What do you guys think? I think just the label. Isn't it enough on just the label? Should I take those off? Yep, whenever we're live, nothing wants to work right. Isn't that it, Lisa? Should I take all of these off and just leave that alone, or do you think that's okay? Sometimes you can do too much, and y'all know I'm a less is more person. Yes, take it off. We got to take it off before we seal it. Now's the time if we're going to get rid of them. Yes, take them off. Okay, good. You know, I am a less is more individual, and as we put that on there, it just looked like it was too much. Too much. All right. What about the cherries? Should I take the cherries off too? Yep, I'm going to take these off too. I am going to leave that one in the back though. These little cherries don't want to work with you. Alright, you guys, this is coming to an end here. I'm going to leave this one back there, but I'm going to take this one off. Okay. Next week, I will show you the final product of this cup. And we will gift this cup away. Got to think of a unique way to gift it away. Got to think of a unique way. We don't want to do the normal say something on a video. I don't know if I like the way that's coming out. I might change that too. So anyway, that's what it looks like. There's our cup. Let's talk for a minute. The holidays are coming up. Next week is my anniversary, my husband's birthday, and Thanksgiving. So I may not be present next week. I may have to actually be a wife and a friend next week. So, hi Cassandra, how are you? So, and then Thanksgiving and all those. I know we're going to the Colts football game on the Sunday after Thanksgiving. So I'm going to start posting a couple of videos of things that we're doing, that I've been doing, working on, because we are The holiday season is coming up and I've got some travel and some other things that I have to do. So I would love to say that you'll see me every single week. I can't guarantee it. I do plan on being here next week. If you don't see me, though, err on the side of grace and give me love, because that meant we had a long birthday celebration. But the week following Thanksgiving week, I know that I will not be on live, but I'll post a video for you guys to enjoy at 1 o'clock. This is our cup for right now. And I'm going to pick this up very softly, gingerly. And this is what it will look like when we put our lid on it. Oh, how do we do this? Right there. That's what it's going to look like, you guys. And we did put the salt around the rim. That is what that's going to look like. Let me see if I can go to the main camera view, bring it down inside. There's what it looks like from the top with a little bit of pink to make it look like it's got pink lemonade or pink syrup inside of it. And then here's how it looks from this direction. All right. And because a hard head makes a soft tail, I keep making these little stones fall off because I keep moving it. And that means I need another wet wipe to wipe it because it just fell in my hand. All right, so let's get this off. Let's let all those things dry. Let's get this under some epoxy, and I will see you next time. Tell your husband happy birthday, happy anniversary to both of you. Thank you so much. And we will try to enjoy our special day. Thank you, honey. I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all. I always have fun hanging out with y'all because this is what we do. We are crafters, right? Crafters love crafting. So I will finish all this offline. I will show you next week, and then we will do a giveaway. Well, Sharon, why aren't you doing the giveaway now? Why aren't you announcing the giveaway now? Because it'll put pressure on me. It'll put too much pressure on me, and then I'll start messing up something. So if we just, when I have it completely done, when we do the giveaway then I won't mess up. Lisa, I do need to know. I know I have a bag that I got all those things ready to send you, but I need to know one bag that I'm supposed to send. I've got to mail out stuff to roll. I've got all kinds of stuff that I need to mail out, and time has not been my friend or foe. It just ain't been there. So, okay. Anything else? That's all we got? Y'all good? I hope so. I love y'all. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay classy. See you next time. Bye.